What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to do a reaction to the new Arknights live stream that came out of China with all the new information and things on what's going on their side. Now, obviously, again, what does that mean for global players like us, like me? Basically, we've got about 6 months or so until we're going to get this stuff. And I'm still excited about it because this gives us a little bit of a look ahead, what we can look forward to. Just like last time, my first time that I did one of these reactions was for the Lappland altar reveal. And you guys blew that video up for me. That was amazing. I'm so happy and thankful for the help that you gave me with that video, the boost, not just to my confidence, but to my channel from that video. That was awesome. You guys, I appreciate you all so much for that. Now, I did miss the Thorns altar reveal. I didn't get to do one for that, but I did say before that I wanted to get back into this and do more reactions to the Chinese live streams and such to be able to get that look ahead to the upcoming new content. Now, I got my information for this through originally through X. I saw the first couple screenshots, and I will post. It is a Arknights Chinese info dump page that I use, that I follow on X, that gives information out. But the video that I'll be using to react is a copy of the live stream on YouTube through River V Workshop's channel. So I will link that in the description as well. And then my information came from what I learned on X, as well as Kyostin V does a awesome thing where he will live stream and do kind of like a watch along, but he'll also translate as he goes. So that's something that, unfortunately, I don't understand the Chinese language, and that's not something I'm really interested in learning. Maybe some basic stuff someday to help me with this kind of thing, but I've struggled enough trying to learn Japanese as it is, and I don't think I want to add Chinese to that. That seems like a lot more difficulty for someone like me to be able to actually comprehend and get through. So I'll rely on others that do the translations to be able to do that. And I will link his video in the description as well. So if you guys want to see his translation and check that out, you guys can go there and see where I got my information. So between X, that's my sources of information. And hopefully everything is correct as can be. But as always, things may change. We will see further in the future once we get the official translations. And again, in about 6 months or so, when us on the global server get to play this event and get to see all this. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's go ahead and jump right in and start reacting. Okay, guys, so like I said, this is actually coming from the River V Workshop channel, but as you can tell, this is in Chinese. This is not something that I'm familiar with, so I won't be able to translate, but we get a quick little introduction here from what appears to be a new character or somebody that I haven't recognized before. And then what looks to be Eureka, or U official. And they're just going to explain a few things about where we're going, what's going on, what this event and things are about. All right, so our first look here, this is a new region or new area that we're going to. Now, I don't know exactly if this is going to be part of Yan or where, but I believe they called it Baishao. So don't quote me on that. That name may be incorrect, that may be wrong. And if that's the case, I do apologize for that. But it has to do with the foods, like, or rather, the area, the city is centered around food, it seems. All right, now we're going to get our first look, the first PV, which is going to show off our new characters, at least the main two. And as you can see, finally, this is the reveal of the newest SUI sibling. And Blaze! Looks like Blaze is apprenticing or helping out with our new sibling here. Oh, she's so pretty. I love Blaze. The flaming chainsaw kitten returns. Guy's a little short, but I like his style, I like his outfit. I love his color scheme too. Maybe a future cosplay. Yum. So he's a cook. And that was something that was heavily rumored. That I remember seeing artwork that got leaked for him a while back. And he basically was rumored to be a chef, a cook of some sort. I guess that's true. But something seems amiss in this city. It's nice to see Blaze get some love and attention again. Look at that. No chainsaw. He's really cool. It's maybe some sort of a purification. Fire. Oil and fire. Oh, that's awesome. What a cool animation. City's beautiful at night. As you can see, look at this. We'll pause for a second. 12 settings for the SUI siblings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There's supposed to be 12 of them. So there's a place setting for each one. But also something interesting is if you look at the color of the chopsticks, all the colors represent the colors of each of the siblings. Now, it makes me curious what his relationship is like with them, because we have seen the relationship between the siblings in the past. We've seen initially how the sisters were with Nian, Dusk, and Ling, and with Chongyue, how everything went with them. And then we got to see their relationship with Shu, the sisters at least, their relationship with Shu during the Here Are People So's event, and how she was very motherly for being that she was the older sister, but she was very motherly towards them, always keeping tabs on them, making sure they're okay. But then we also saw G and how he was with them, and you kind of get that glimpse that things were okay in the past, but then when he left, when he took off and things and went and did his own thing, their relationship kind of soured. And, Shu seemed to be the only one that kind of remained close to him in a way. So what is our new siblings relationship going to be like? It seems, just based off of this, that he obviously cares about his siblings. And now he seems kind of down that they're not there with him. But this scene's really cute. He's going to feed the little ones and take care of them. Little head pats. Adorable. I love it. I absolutely love it. But now, we'll also get another PV, which is going to give us a little more of a look at our new characters and operators. As well as the city. A few more art pieces. That's a beautiful hanging dragon there. That city is huge, though. It's massive. I wonder what the size, like in comparison to Longmen, what the size is. Because, Longmen, we already got the impression that it was supposed to be a massive city and one of the biggest from early on, but how does this one compare? Who is that girl? Oh, okay, so this is cool. You guys may recognize her from past events. She has shown up and kind of been a story background character. I believe her name was Tila or something like that, but we never got a whole lot about her. She was like a spy or someone that she did a lot of like tailing people and keeping an eye on them. And we haven't gotten any other information. Now she's officially becoming a playable operator, which is really, really cool. Now this one, she's the free new operator. So she's going to be our welfare operator. Now let's backtrack real quick. 1 second here, because I missed what Tila is. So first of all, she's going to be called Surfer. That's a interesting code name for her. But she is a Vanguard agent. Okay, so she's going to be a vanguard. I'm curious to see what all our classes and stuff are. But now we have Xingxu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct, so if I'm not, I apologize. Please correct me in the comments. She's going to be a supporter, abjurer supporter. So let's see. So she's definitely buffing, almost like a bard type in a way. And Blaze Altar, Blaze the Igniting Spark. She is a primal caster. That is awesome. I love her outfit. No chainsaw. Look at that stuff. But she is a caster. But that's 2 altars in a row that are caster. Or no, not 2 in a row because we had Thorns, obviously. But Lappland Altar and Blaze Altar, both from guard to caster. That's interesting. And now we have Yu, the newest SUI sibling, who is a primal protector defender. So that's 2 defenders in a row for our SUI siblings because Shu is a defender as well. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. Look at that E2 artwork. Awesome animated artwork. I love it. Look at that. Now that particular spot really caught my attention the first time that I saw this. Just the fact that, as you can see, that AoE that appears there brings all the enemies directly to him, which is really, really interesting. So that's a very, very cool ability, you know, and in a way is somewhat like Shu because she has that where her area is there and the enemies pass through and they teleport back. Like she keeps pulling them back so that they don't escape. That's a pretty cool ability, but this one, it seems to be centered around bringing them to him so he can attack. But then, of course, we got some new outfits. There's Almond, and there is... I forget who that one is. Let's see. So we have Almond. Bana. I don't remember who that is off the top of my head. Strange. Zola with an animated skin. Shu! Oh my god, this is so beautiful. I cannot wait for that costume. I need that for her. You guys know how much I love Shu. They're so pretty. And then here we have new archives, new module updates. Lots of cool stuff coming. Implementation plan. And then with this event, you'll have the Lungman Lucky strips again. Here's our look at the new furniture. Beautiful furniture sets. I like that one with Blaze in it there. But a lot of really, really cool stuff there. Such is the joy of our reunion. That is the name of the event. That is so cool. Alright, so now we're just going to get our first look at Yu and his talents and skills, as well as Blaze the Igniting Spark and her skills and talents. So I took some notes and things on the side that I'll try to give you, and hopefully the information is as accurate as I can give it. Again, please take my information with a grain of salt, because I get this from Kirsten V, from X, from various platforms and things to get my information to try and translate. So right now they're just talking about Yu's talents, first and foremost. And with his talents, essentially, he's going to increase his burn damage with his attack, with his skills, with his abilities overall. And then his second talent is going to involve a self-heal as well as buffs. So he's going to be able to restore some of his HP over time based on various factors and based on the amount of operators that are on the field and such at the time. Now, with his first skill, essentially, it's not so much an attacking skill or anything like that, but it's more of a passive skill that's going to draw the enemy attention to him. So, in a way, it's just going to tank. You know, he's going to operate as a tank at that point and try to get the enemies to focus on him and attack him. But as you can see, there was a bit of a barrier around him as well during that. Now, with this second skill, you can see he kind of has like a plus-shaped range there, but when the enemies enter the range and he activates the skill, it teleports them all to him. So very similar to Shu and teleporting the enemies back to her or back within the range. This one here, he's just teleporting them all to his specific location, which is a little bit more interesting, but it's also increasing his block count, his attack, and various things like that as he's teleporting them to him. So that's kind of interesting to see. That's a pretty good skill too, and I'm curious as to what the buffs and things are going to be when it comes to specializing that. Now with this one, with our skill 3, he's creating a wall of fire. You guys can see that going across here. And basically with that wall of fire, what's happening is there is a chance for that wall to completely negate or cancel out the attacks from the enemies. But at the same time, any of the operators who are behind it and attacking, their arts and things go through and they generate not only their arts attack, but they're going to deal burn damage and things as well. So it's basically adding an elemental ability to the arts and things from our casters and from our ranged attackers and things from behind, which is pretty darn cool, I think. So in a way, it's a extra buff to your operators and things when working with him. I like that. I'm very intrigued by that. And I'm curious as to how that works then with other like different element types and things and different types of damage. Like does that just negate all that and take over fully as burn, or are we still getting all of the other operators' abilities and attack and all that on top of adding the burn damage as like an extra little boost there? No matter what, though, it's really, really cool. And now we'll go ahead and move on to Blaze. Blaze the Igniting Spark, and I'm really, really excited for her. You guys know I love Blaze. But this is cool to see her getting a little more love. And I know as an operator, she's still a pretty decently used guard. People still use her a lot, and she's very helpful in various situations. But it's really cool to see her get a little more love and get brought into the limelight once more. Now, with her talents and skills, she's a little bit different. Basically, for her first talent and things, she's going to deal more burn damage, and she's going to get a little bit of HP recovery based on her damage and stuff like that she's done. Now, she is a type of operator that she cannot be healed. So it's very intriguing how they're working this around, because her second talent here essentially involves her being defeated. If she gets defeated, she cannot be like withdrawn or something, is what I'm gathering from this. She doesn't withdraw from the field immediately. What she does is she gets revived. And essentially through that revival, she immediately gains like a shield, like an overshield or something, and then she gets a decent amount of HP recovered right off the bat. And based on the amount of damage and stuff that she does to enemies, she recovers HP like every so often, like every second she recovers a small amount of HP. And we've had a couple of operators like that in the past who they can't be healed by medics, healers, things like that. But this is, to me, it sounds like kind of a unique way of how they're doing it. And again, she has that immediate revival with her second talent. So I don't know if that's like a permanent looping thing, though. That would kind of make no sense, I think. So maybe she can still get killed after, but after that first revival, whatever the case may be. But the fact that she can revive herself is really, really cool. Now, with her skills, this first skill, she targets the operator with, I think it said the highest HP within a certain range, and she kind of creates a buff that allows them to do AoE damage with their attacks and things. So that's kind of interesting. And her second skill here, it gives a change in her attack range. And as you can see with this, she's attacking behind her, not just in front, but she's attacking a decent range behind her. So it looks like this rectangle becomes her attack range with her second skill. Now, you can also see that these tiles are also getting like a burn left on them. So she's generating burn on tiles and doing additional burn damage and things to these enemies. Now, apparently with this, she's also going to lose HP with the skill, so she's going to burn herself. Basically, she'll get a little attack, and that's kind of similar to her one skill with the original Blaze, with the OG Blaze, where she uses her chainsaw attack, and when she's done, she does so much damage to herself. So this is kind of playing off of that in a way. But this is apparently going to slow the enemy speed as well. When they're on those burn tiles, their movement speed stops. As you can see, they started moving a little quicker after. And then this last one is a burst skill. She's going to do like an AoE attack And if the enemy has some sort of like already a burn status, like the status builds up and the full burn kicks in or explosive damage, it's going to deal extra damage. Now, this also is very similar to like our flinger snipers because it's going to use like a bullet count with the skill. So that's a little bit strange. I'm not sure how well that's going to be, but I guess that's something that'll remain to be seen in the future once we get a little more gameplay and stuff out of her to see how that bullet stuff works. But either way, her skill set looks really, really cool. And I think if you pair the two operators together, that's going to be one incredible flaming battlefield, to say the least. So I'm anxious to work them together. And now, along with our operators and such, we have some other cool announcements coming. And I'm really, really excited because first and foremost, we have a new contingency contract. Battle Plan Extinguished Sins is coming. So we've got new contingency contract content coming. So CC3, this is really exciting. Now, for those of you that obviously know, I've talked about before, it took me a while before I even thought of attempting contingency contract stuff when it was in because of the fact that I was very, very weak and behind for a long time in the game, and trying to be able to play a harder mode like that, I struggled. However, the last one that came around, I did go after the plume skin that was in it. I wanted to get that skin on my account, so I actually did play it on my own. I didn't do any recordings or streams or anything of it, but I should do that kind of stuff soon. I think it would be a lot of fun when we get these kind of modes and things in, but I just attempted it on my own so I could get the skins and the other like bonuses and things that I could get. So along with contingency contract, we're also getting updates for Mizuki and Cyrilla Arbor. So the integrated strategies 3, I believe this is. So IS3 is getting a new update, which is really, really cool. So we'll see new content and things for IS3. And now something I've been waiting for, and I'm so excited. We're getting more Icebreaker games. I'm so happy for this. So this is considered Rhodes Island Icebreaker games #1, whereas previously what it was 0, Icebreaker game 0. So it was like a season 0, like a test, like a way to see how it worked for us and how well it went over. And obviously it went over well enough that they are doing it again. And I'm very anxious. I'm very excited for this because I want to be able to play with you guys. I want to be able to play with my family and maybe do like a live stream and stuff with the Icebreaker games. And again, for global, it's going to be 6 months or so till we get this content. And I mean, they're showing this off and all the stuff that's coming down the pipe. So who knows exactly when it's going to take place. But it's one of those situations where this may not come right away with that event. This is probably going to be its own thing that'll come after. This could be later. We could get this maybe in the fall or in the wintertime next year. I don't know for sure. But either way, I'm very excited and anxious to see this. And they're just showing off some new additions and new enemies. And here's for like the football game. There's going to be some different ball types and things and enemy types. A variety of different things that we'll get to see. And then this is what they call a photo collection board. This is pretty cool. So when you finish your mode or whatever, you can take photos with the operators and stuff that are yours as well as your teammate, whoever you're playing with. You can take these photos, which is really, really cool. So, hey, we'll be able to enjoy taking some pictures and stuff together, guys. We play together. We can have a little bit of a memory in a way. And I like that. I think that would be really, really cool to be able to take some pictures with you guys and share those out on socials and be like, hey, I got to play with you. This is something that I treasure, you know? I think that's so much fun. I like this. And then, of course, we got some stuff, extra stuff, like here's a bonus reward. This is going to be a Vermeil skin, which is kind of crazy. And I know this is kind of a little bit of like a shitpost thing, but I've seen so many people in the community talk about how Vermeil's artist went and drew a whole ton of like NSFW artwork of her. And like, they were like, yeah, they're definitely not getting a skin. Well, it's kind of obvious that that's not the case because she's getting a skin now. But I still find that very, very funny when thinking about that. But it is what it is. That's pretty cool. We got some emotes and stuff there, which is intriguing. But either way, we've got a skin that'll be given away there. And now there are a couple last things that I want to go over with you guys that I found really, really cool. This first thing that you're seeing on the screen right now is kind of interesting. This is a story collection that they're putting out. It's not exactly stages and things, but as you can see, you see Ami's silhouette here. Here's Tallulah, and there's Iblana, and I think kind of a glimpse of Reed in the background here, unless that's just Iblana cast over a little bit. But we are getting, it looks like maybe somebody else here? I don't know for sure. Either way, we are getting a collection of stories that apparently have to do with events and things that happened, but this is going to be from different perspectives. So while we got to see it one way, we're going to get to see some other things through other characters' eyes and how things look to them. I think that's going to be pretty cool. So, and obviously, as you see the reel, that's story content. That's probably just going to be dialogue and stuff that we'll have to read. We're not going to get to like play stages or anything like that, unless that changes, unless I'm misreading that, but that's really, really interesting. Now this I couldn't get a lot of information for. I don't know if this is still part of that or what, but what the firelight will cast, what ye firelight will cast when elegies are become ashes, I'm wondering if this is like like it's still an alternate thing, the alternate stories, but this is an alternate for what the firelight cast, where we're going to see things more through Iblana's eyes. Either that, or just more content for that event, which is odd. Like a sequel? A sequel to the event would be a first, in a way, I think. Because I don't think there's been an event yet that had a direct sequel. There's connections, obviously, but I don't know. I'm very interested in what this one means, and I couldn't find a whole lot of information to it. Now this is awesome. So this is all teases for future content coming after this event that, with you and Blaze Alter. Act 3 is beginning. Act 3 is beginning with episode 15. Chapter 15 is coming. We are getting new story content, main theme content for Arknights. We are finally going to find out what happens after episode 14, after Absolved will be the Seekers. And basically they're giving a little bit of details and stuff and explaining that we're going to see Rhodes Island leave Londinium and Victoria, and they're going back to Rimbilliton. But they're also going to explain what happened to Theresis afterwards, where he went, with the Amnanum is doing with him, or what he's doing with Amnanum, and we're going to see the future finally. We're going to see where the story is going to go after this. This is pretty cool too. Basically what they're showing off is there's going to be a coherent timeline now that we'll be able to follow. And basically this timeline is going to show an order of the story between the main story and the events, where everything takes place on that timeline. So we'll get to kind of piece things together and see that, this event actually happens during this part of the main theme, and this event is taking place during that part. We'll actually get a bit of a coherent timeline. And I like that. That's actually going to be really, really fun and helpful to understand things a little bit more. And that would be good to make like a good Arknights story history from then till now kind of video. So either way, that is a ton of fun coming to Arknights between new content as well as story updates and stuff. All right, guys, and with that is it for this video. I am very, very excited for what's to come with Arknights, and I cannot wait. There was a lot announced there, and I feel like they've got even more planned in the pipeline. It feels like they just gave a bunch of stuff, but we're kind of holding back in a way. So it just feels like we had a really cool announcement there. We get another SUI sibling, and I don't know how many that puts us up to now, like, because we have our playable ones, obviously. Chongyue, Ling, Dusk, Nian, Shu, Yu, but we also met G, There is that other one that we've never really seen the face. It's always been kind of like obscured. So that's 8 at least. And I mean, there may be others that we've heard of or that I don't really know of yet because I still haven't played all of the side stories and events and things yet. But that's still really, really cool that we're that far already. But I'm excited because of that, and because of the fact that we're getting more of that history. We're seeing what seems to be a new part of the world again. We're getting a new city, a new region, a new area, and then they're giving us more of the NPCs of the past as playable operators. Again, Tila is coming as Surfer. I think that was her name, Tila. But she's going to be new. There's that other welfare operator that's brand new, but then they're also revitalizing Blaze. They're taking older operators that are still fan favorites and giving them new abilities, new potential, new life as new alter operators, which is really, really fun. And again, the Icebreaker games coming back is probably one of my favorite announcements. On top of that, Chapter 15 and this new coherent timeline of sorts that we're getting. So I am anxious to learn the stories from the other perspectives as well, that story collection that's coming. But overall, this is just content after content after content that they're giving to us that it's going to be so much fun to play and to enjoy and to make content for you guys with. So hopefully we won't have to wait too long. But again, it's about 6 months typically until we start to see that stuff on the global server. With that being said, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch this and to hang out with me. Again, I have gotten my information from social media and from Kyostin V's translation, and obviously the video I watched was the copy of the stream through River V Workshop, and I will put those links in the description. All those links, you guys can go down there and check it out if you want as well. If I got anything wrong, I do apologize, but I got my information from elsewhere, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more and some more details coming out very soon, and we'll get to see some things when this event officially launches. But I hope you're all looking forward to it as much as I am. And with that, as always, I thank you all for stopping by, for checking out the channel, for watching my videos. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. That'll help me to continue to grow and build more of a following here with you guys. And with that, that is it for this one, and I will see you guys next time.